We want to write the fraction 28/32 in lowest terms. What that means is we want to find an equivalent fraction, but we want the smallest pair of numbers that gives us that equivalent fraction. There's a couple ways of doing that, and I'm going to show you both of them, and then you can kind of choose which way works the best for you. The first way is that we need to get the numerator and denominator written into their prime factorizations. And again, how you get that really doesn't matter, so I'll show you two options. Let's start with the denominator, 32. One option to get the prime factorization of it is to start with the smallest number that could possibly go into 32. So the smallest number that will go in there would be 2. 2 divides into 32, and we get 16. And then you keep going. The smallest number that goes into 16 is 2 again. That gives us 8. The smallest number that will go into 8 is 2 to give us 4. And the smallest number to go into 4 is 2 to give us 2. And once you end up with a prime number here, you know that you're done. Then for the prime factorization, you look at all of the outside numbers that you have. And we list all of those out. So 32 is the same thing as if we wrote 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So 5 of them. We want to do the same thing for the 28. I'll show you another option for getting that prime factorization. And either of these are fine, just pick the one that works the best for you. For this one, you just have to find any two numbers that multiply to give you 28. So you might say, well, I think 4 times 7 gives me 28. Okay, if either of these are not prime, then you keep dividing it up. So 4 is not prime, and so 2 times 2 gives us 4. 7 is prime, so that one's done. And then both of the 2's are done. So you just keep breaking up each of those until you only have prime numbers left. And for this one, you look at the ends of all the branches. So the 2 2's and the 7. And those are the numbers that we'll put here. 2 times 2 times 7 gives us 28. Now to write it in lowest terms, what we do is we look for any factors that are the same on the top and bottom. So for example, the 2's here, so we can cancel a pair of 2's, and then we can cancel another pair of 2's, and then I don't have anything else that's the same on the top and bottom, so we're just going to multiply back together anything that's left. So we still have a 7 up here, and 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, and so our fraction in lowest terms is 7/8. Okay, that's one way of getting your fraction in lowest terms. I find that that may not be the fastest way, but if you have big numbers, that's a really good way to do it, because sometimes it's hard to find numbers that go into your fraction. Also, if you have variables, you probably want to do it this way. The other option though, and this one's the one that's probably more widely used, would be to take your fraction, whatever those numbers are, and see if you can find a number that will divide into both the numerator and denominator. If you can find the biggest one possible, that's kind of what you would go for, but it just has to be any number. So maybe you look at 28 and 32 and say, well, 4 divides into both of those numbers evenly. So then you would divide both the top and the bottom of your fraction by 4. Okay, so when we do that, 28 divided by 4 is 7. 32 divided by 4 is 8. And we've got our fraction, just like before. If you didn't pick the biggest number, that's okay. It just gives you another step to do. So let's just try this one more time to see what happens. 28 and 32, maybe you see that 2 goes in there. So you divide the top and the bottom by 2. Okay, and so 28 divided by 2, that's 14. And 32 divided by 2 is 16. And then you look again and say, well, 2 will go in there again, so let's divide it out again. Top and bottom, always you have to divide by both of them. So 14 divided by 2 is 7, 16 divided by 2 is 8. So we still get to that answer, it just takes a little bit longer to get there. This way is the one I find students usually do, and it's fine as long as the numbers are fairly small and it's easy to find a number that will go into both of yours. The nice part about the first way is once you get that prime factorization, it's easy to see that you have what you can cancel and what's left, and you usually don't end up forgetting that there might be another step. Like on this one, you might have forgotten that, oh, 2 goes in here again. So there's pluses and minuses to either one. You can pick the way that you want to use to get your fractions in lowest terms.